The 2015 Hammond Cup is an off-season amateur invitational tournament hosted by Sandy Springs FC to showcase some of the most compelling and quality matchups in grassroots football. This year's inaugural event pits four teams with very contrasting styles of play against each other. This gives an opportunity for these teams to get some competitive play in before they begin their respective league campaigns, but it also is set to be a treat for the supporters. It's a competition modeled after the Emirates Cup hosted by the English club Arsenal, which features four teams that play two games over the space of 2 days. Matchups are determined by a pre-tournament draw, and the team with the most points after 2 days of competition will be crowned champion. In the event of a tie, goal difference, then goals scored will be the tiebreakers. The first match on the first day features Sambo FC, famous from the Atlanta Caribbean Soccer League, against Atlanta Sily FC under the lights at Dunwoody Springs Ground. The much anticipated matchup between these two teams started with electricity, as both teams looked to grab control of the match early. Sambo was first to get settled with good control of the midfield with quick passes and runs at the Sily defenders. Here, they get the first movement into the final third of the match, only to be foiled at the last moment. Later in the half, this pressure would pay off from an early corner when a Sambo player managed a free header, putting them ahead 1-0 and a good advantage in the match. On the replay, you can see that the Sily defenders looked unprepared for the set piece, failing to mark several players, making the conversion easy for Sambo. But Sily would show that they had an agenda as well in the game. On this sequence of play, Sily do get forward with an early cross that is just cleared from danger by a Sambo defender. But Sily's own pressure in the first half would pay off when Diao Ba expertly beat the offside trap and easily tapped in the equalizer, giving and creating a new game at 1 apiece midway through the first half. On the replay, you can see that although there were calls for offside, the Sambo defender on the far side played Ba onside, and from there it was one-on-one with the keeper that Ba won with a good tap-in for the equalizer. A little later, more trouble came for Sambo when there was a challenge on the near side of the field, and the Sambo player kicked out at the Sily player on the ground, prompting the referee to action. In this case, it was marching orders for the Sambo player with a straight red card for violent conduct. Sambo would play the remainder of the game with a man disadvantage. Sily would come out in the second half and try to take advantage of this man advantage by intensifying their attack. Here, a half chance was created, narrowly missed after a good cross from the wing. Wave after wave of Sily attack came, and here on this sequence, a cross does come in to Carty Johnson in the middle, but he puts it over the bar. Sambo almost found themselves with 2 men down when a poor challenge on a breaking Sily player brought him down, and there was some concern that he would have been deemed the last defender, preventing a goal-scoring opportunity. But the referee only gave a caution as there was another defender coming in from the attacker's right, saving Sambo from further trouble. Then a game changer against the run of play. A shot from better than 40 yards careened off the keeper and into the back of the net for a wonder goal for Sambo, much to the horror of the Sily goalkeeper. Sambo now were back in front 2-1 after the shorthanded goal late in the second half. A replay shows that while he easily got the shot off, it should have been harmless to handle, but the Sily keeper gets it all wrong, and the game changes quickly on that goal. Now the question was, could Sambo hold out for a famous 3 points and an advantage in this short tournament? Sily were going to put the pressure on and did here, pushing an attack up the left wing and getting a cross in to a forward in the 6-yard box, but the finish was missing and Sambo lived on. But Sambo's brave resistance faltered when a harmless enough looking cross looked to be handled by the Sambo keeper, only to be spilled to a waiting Ba to tap in for the second and equalizer for Sily, very close to the full-time whistle. The replay shows that not only was this a goalkeeping error, but the Sambo defenders were once again absent to prevent the loose ball from being attacked by a Sily player. 2-2 and nearly all over it would be moments later at the final whistle would blow. This was a great first game punctuated by two very late goals, keeping both of the teams in contention for a cup title. Full time and two apiece, and a wait for their second games on the next day. Up next would be the matchup between host Sandy Springs FC and visitors Alliance FC.